Parties, of course, meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing.
This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
I'm just going to tell you, you got to wait and see. It's coming up soon.
In just 90 minutes, Justin Baldoni scored his first big courtroom victory over Blake Lively. And let's just say it threw Blake and her legal team into full-blown panic mode. While this isn't the final ruling, it's a huge step in shaping the case's direction. And right now, things aren't looking great for Blake. If you've missed the updates, here's the scoop. Blake Lively slapped Justin with a shocking $250 million lawsuit, accusing him of harassment. But Justin wasn't backing down. He fired back with an even heftier counterclaim of $400 million lawsuit, accusing Blake of extortion and defamation.
Director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
Now, they finally ended up in court, and believe me, this is shaping up to be one of the messiest Hollywood legal battles in years. The moment the session kicked off, Justin's lawyer, Ryan Friedman, came in ready for war. And let me tell you, this guy was on a mission. Blake's legal team? They were visibly uneasy with how aggressive he was, and honestly, who could blame them? This is the same lawyer who openly vowed to sue Blake into oblivion.
Going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion.
And from the way he handled everything in court, it was clear that Ryan Friedman meant every word of his vow. Blake's lawyers were so rattled by his relentless approach that they tried to hit him with a gag order, hoping to silence him. But the judge, not today, was palpable, and the judge wasn't about to let them shut down Friedman's strategy. It was a moment that had everyone on edge, wondering how this all would unfold.
Judge chose to not impose the gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman today, but did threaten to move up trial if the media press war continues.
The judge ruled in favor of Justin's team, pointing out that Blake's own lawyers had been just as vocal in the media. It would have been completely unfair to silence Friedman under those circumstances. And just like that, Justin's team scored their first win of the day. But it only gets worse for Blake. Her legal team didn't stop there. They went on to argue that Friedman was being too chatty, claiming his constant media appearances and interviews were making it impossible for them to respond in a timely manner.
Lively's lawyer does not like Brian Friedman and says he is being way too chatty about this case to the public, giving them little wiggle room to respond in the court of the public opinion.
The judge ruled in favor of Justin's team, pointing out that Blake's own lawyers had been just as vocal in the media. It would have been completely unfair to silence Friedman under those circumstances. And just like that, Justin's team scored their first win of the day. But it only gets worse for Blake. Her legal team didn't stop there. They went on to argue that Friedman was being too chatty, claiming his constant media appearances and interviews were making it impossible for them to respond in a timely manner.
Launched a new website over the weekend, featuring an amended legal complaint and a 168-page timeline of events, including newly released text messages allegedly sent between the embattled stars of It Ends With Us, as well as Lively's husband, actor Ryan Reynolds. One alleged text from Reynolds to Baldoni expresses his excitement about It Ends With Us, writing, "This is going to be incredible. I happen to adore you."
Every time Blake's team tried to address something Friedman had said, he was already on to the next big revelation, leaving them scrambling to catch up. But did the judge care? Not even a little. He quickly shut down their argument, allowing Friedman to continue speaking freely about the case. Another win for Justin, but the real chaos began when Blake's team realized that Justin Baldoni wasn't just fighting this battle in court, he was taking it to the internet. Blake's lawyers were absolutely livid when they discovered that Justin had launched a website dedicated to the case, where he planned to upload evidence, including footage, receipts, and lawsuit documents.
The lawyer also dropped a website that was put out this weekend saying Blake's lawyer also complained about Justin Baldoni's new website dedicated to the case, telling the judge they think this is improper. Brian Friedman, his lawyer, defended this, saying that Blake's team is doing the same thing, citing the New York Times article where Blake first made her sexual harassment claims against Justin. He says the paper only gave us gave Justin 12 hours.
So, if Blake could use the media to tell her side, why couldn't Justin? And made that argument loud and clear, and once again, the judge ruled in Justin's favor. Then came the biggest blow of the day. Blake's lawyers begged the judge to allow her to choose who would question her during the deposition, clearly hoping to avoid Fredman. But the judge wasn't having it. He ruled that Blake would not get to pick who would depose her, putting another nail in her legal team's coffin.
For Miss Lively has made it clear that Miss Lively does not want Mr. Friedman to be the attorney who takes her deposition. We are unaware of any situation that would warrant the deposed party to have a choice in which attorney takes her deposition. Parties to litigation simply do not have the right to decide which of the other opponent's attorneys may or may not take their deposition or perform any other aspects of the opposing party's case. And essentially, the judge agreed and told her lawyer that she does not get to choose who deposes her.
And that right there sent shockwaves through Blake's legal team. The frustration was clear on their faces because, let's be real, they know exactly what this means. Fredman is ruthless, and Blake is absolutely terrified of him. For those who don't know, a deposition is when someone is questioned under oath. And everything they say can be used in trial, meaning there's no spinning the story or dodging tough questions. From the way Blake's team has been scrambling to avoid this, it's clear she's not ready to face Fredman head-on. Now, let's break that down. Lively is so confident in her allegations. Why is she so scared of a deposition? Why is she running from Fredman like he's the boogeyman? If she's telling the truth, shouldn't she be eager to sit down, answer the questions, and let the facts speak for themselves? Instead, her legal team is pulling out every excuse they can think of to keep Fredman away from her.
Listen to me, Blake Lively. Tap out. Tap out. Call Uncle right now. Please take my advice. I don't look. I am like Octagon side, the UFC fight, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this guy's neck gonna get snapped? Please just tap out. Be done. Be done with this. Refs, please call Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds out. Just call this out. Because I'm telling you, they are not going to win.
The judge saw right through Blake's team's tactics and denied their request, handing another victory to Justin. By the end of the hearing, it was crystal clear who walked away victorious. Justin and his team won every single argument in court that day, leaving Blake's team with nothing but loss after loss. The atmosphere in the courtroom was tense, with Blake's team looking more defeated by the minute, and it was becoming painfully obvious that Justin was gaining the upper hand. With each ruling, it seemed like Blake's chances of turning this around were slipping away.
As quickly as we possibly can and prove our innocence in a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
The judge also confirmed that both lawsuits have been consolidated into one case, meaning this won't be a long, drawn-out back-and-forth legal battle. Instead, it's shaping up to be one explosive courtroom showdown. And guess what? The trial is officially set for March 26 unless they settle before then. But let's be real. Blake is in serious trouble if this case actually goes to trial. And let's not forget, this case isn't just about what happens in the courtroom. It's also playing out in the court of public opinion. With everything that's happening, Blake's once flawless reputation is already taking a hit. Fans are split, with some still supporting her while others are starting to question her motives. Meanwhile, Justin is out there gathering receipts, making sure he has every single piece of evidence to clear his name and flip the website alone as proof that he's not backing down, and honestly, it's a genius move. Blake used the media to attack him, and now he's using the internet to fight back. At this point, the question has to be asked, should Blake just apologize and move on before she completely destroys herself? Because if she doesn't find a way out of this, she might end up paying Justin Baldoni a massive $400 million. And where is Ryan Reynolds in all of this? If Blake loses this case, it's going to cost them big time. After all, $400 million is more than Ryan and Blake's combined net worth. Maybe it's time for Blake to swallow her pride and try to fix this before she gets completely obliterated in court. Now, let's talk about what losing this case would actually mean for her. A $400 million payout? That's career-ending money. That's the kind of money that could mean she'll never work in Hollywood again. Even with Ryan's fortune, this kind of financial blow would be devastating. And that's assuming there's no further damage to her career. If she loses, it's not just about losing money. She's also losing credibility, reputation, and any chance of being taken seriously again. Hollywood loves a scandal, but it also loves a winner, and right now, Justin is winning. One thing's for sure, this legal battle is far from over. There will be more drama, more shocking twists, and probably more courtroom meltdowns before it's all said and done. So stay tuned, because this tea is just getting started.